Well, hello, everyone watching live. It is Tuesday, and it's yet another opportunity to highlight some amazing nonprofits throughout the state. And today, I think, is one that will be meaningful to a lot of people watching. My name is Patrick Harbison, and this week, in honor of Veterans Day, we have chosen to highlight a nonprofit that supports veterans. I'm joined with Randall Britt from America's Homeless Veterans. Hello, Randall. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, Randall. According to recent federal data, there are over 11,000 veterans experiencing homelessness in California. This is by far the largest number in the country. And I wondered if you could speak to that and basically tell viewers at home, what is America's Homeless Veterans and what kind of work do they do?
Well, I'll start with America's Homeless Veterans. We are fellow veterans that are helping unhoused veterans find their way off of the street into permanent housing. I started in my retirement years, I started back in 2014 just as kind of something to do. I was living down on 8th and J here in Sacramento, which is the epicenter of homelessness overall. So it was easy for me to go outside my front door and find people that were in need of information and or assistance. One of the other things that I also was involved in was the yearly count for homelessness. And the 11,000 number, that's really not accurate for a couple reasons. One is that the definition of being homeless varies from one region to the next. So it's not that you would be chronically homeless, that you might be couch surfing, staying with a relative, staying with a friend, going from one place to another. And that is in itself homelessness too. Now, one of the problems with the count that we have here is that they know that we're coming out into the street. And for whatever reasons, there's privacy. People don't want to interact. They don't want to be counted. And so they go somewhere else and then they come back after the count. So 11,000, I would be more comfortable multiplying that by at least 10.
Wow. Wow. That's really mind-blowing when you hear that number, and obviously speaks to the need for the great work that your organization does. Can you speak to that? Can you talk to the folks that are watching about the work that your organization does?
Well, starting out as that one-man show, becoming just a referral process, because that is how I started. And that moved along rather quickly to where some of my friends started to join me. We were all voluntary. We were using our own money, and we were out there in the urban environment doing everything we possibly could to bring some type of solution. What happened after that is I was actually approached, and today I run two different nonprofits, and we provide drug and alcohol treatment, detox, a residential treatment, and we offer sober living. And we currently have anywhere between 30 to 50 previously homeless veterans that are now either in treatment, detox, or in one of our sober living houses.
That is incredible. That is incredible. Thank you for that hard work. As we've done this campaign, particularly last year and this year, we've heard from a number of participating nonprofits that the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has really forced them to pivot or get creative about how they offer their services or how they reach out to their clients. What are some of the struggles that you've seen just given COVID and kind of trying to access and address the homelessness issue?
Well, everybody was facing challenges due to COVID, and so were we. People were afraid of catching it. We hadn't gotten uh, to any of shots in the arm or any type of is there light at the end of the tunnel. We, as an organization, we also had to hunker down, and so we took in as many as we possibly could fit in our administration building, in every nook and corner and crack that we could find. We renovated closets, turned them into bedrooms, took care of the guys both sick and not. And we did the best that we could under the circumstances. So we're fortunate that we were able to get through that,
Mm.
and we're happy for where we're at today.
It's amazing to hear. What can, as part of the Our Promise campaign, state employees are able to give back, as you know, via payroll deduction. And an amount like $5 a month, which would equal $60 a year, or even $10 a month, equaling $120 a year. What does that money mean to your organization? How can that help America's homeless veterans?
Well, people ask me that all the time. And that same few dollars that we're talking about right now, it could very possibly be the same few dollars that you would pass out the window of your car while you're sitting at a light to somebody out there holding a piece of cardboard that's asking for help. It's not really a solution in solving the overall problem.
Mhm.
$5 for us, that goes into how we started buying Subway sandwiches so that we could go out into the urban environment and have something to offer, not just walk up empty handed. Shampoo, toothpaste, socks, little urban street, bug out bags that we put together. Now, yes, $5 doesn't sound like a lot, but believe it or not, with $500, I can take a veteran off the street right now and put them into housing. And
Wow.
$25 a month will keep that veteran in that house. So $5 doesn't sound like a lot, but it only takes five other people or four other people to join you. And now we have a sustainable amount per
Mm.
month. And if we get 100 people to join you, or 99, now we have something where we can go out and we know that we can go and get at least one off the street.
That that's really touching. And when you hear that coming from you, I think it's so impactful that $5, even $5 can really make an impact. I think it's important to note, and sir, we will denote this when we post this video, but that if folks are inspired to donate to America's homeless veterans, they can enter OP code 12453 for their e-pledge. Again, that's 12453. Randall, can we talk a little bit about the pandemic of homeless veterans? Why those numbers are as high as they are? I mean, can you speak to that at all? Being a veteran yourself, what you think, how are ways that people can help reframe the discussion so that the worthy work that you're doing is highlighted?
Well, to reframe the conversation, I always start with let's go ahead and recognize and realize that these people are human beings. And no matter what our preconceived perception of them being alcoholics and drug addicts and unworthy of salvation, not worth the effort to get off the street, if we look at the fact that they are someone's mother, brother, husband, there is family out there, and so we have to realize that and have some empathy. I wouldn't want to have seen my father, who spent 20 years in the Air Force, go through that. So there were times growing up when watching my father go through his career that I actually use today when I talk to people. The experience that I gained not only from him, but the experience that I also gained being a child. And growing up, I spent the first 20 years of my life on an Air Force base. So I understand the transition from civilian life into the military and then back from the military into civilian life. I understand that from those through the eyes of a child, a teenager, a young adult, and a man who stands before you today.
Wow. Wow. And I think that what you said is so important to focus on. The fact that these are human beings that have sacrificed so much for us and for our country, and to really lead with empathy. Thank you for that. I want to thank you both, your father and you, on behalf of your service, on behalf of the Our Promise campaign. That means truly the world to us, and we can't take ever for granted that service. I want to make one correction about your OP code. I've been informed it's actually 988080. And no worries there, because we'll be sure to post that after this video interview is wrapped. Randall, can I ask one more question? If folks are inspired, and I don't know how they could not be after hearing from you today, where can they go to learn more information about the great work of America's homeless veterans?
Well, they could always go to our website, ahvets.org, and they'll see under the video tab, there's some other videos of how we started, what we did, some of the events that we've had in the past. If you're local to Sacramento, we would invite everyone to come and join us on Veterans Day. We'll be having a barbecue as a tribute and celebration to service here at our office. We've got some exciting things that we want to do. We want to make it a day of fun. So we'll be playing spin the wheel. We've got cornhole over here. We've got a pool table right behind me. We'll be barbecuing up hot dogs, hamburgers. So we invite everyone to come on out, see it firsthand.
Yes.
I talk about it all the time. I talk about what I see every day, and it's always met with disbelief. People say, no, you're making that up. Well, you know what? It goes back to that. You can't make this stuff up sometimes. Every day is different, and until you experience it in person, I just do the best that I can to try to get it out to the public through my eyes.
The best that you can. And thank you so much, Randall Britt. I mean, truly, the work that you're doing is inspiring, not just as we celebrate veterans because of this holiday, but year round. The work that you're doing is vital and extremely important. I just wanted to say thank you so much. I am actually in the Sacramento area, so I will take you up on that offer to swing by this Veterans Day and enjoy some cornhole and some barbecue and see the good work that you're doing in person.
Right on. We're looking forward to meeting you. And we want to thank you guys too. Without the reach from the community to broadcast my story, then I would be just pretty much, as I do, talking to whomever I can grab by the sleeve as they go by. So it's really encouraging to have people like your organization and the consideration for the Round Up, Round Down program. Anything that we can get helps, but more importantly, any advertisement, any airtime we get, we cherish it, and we're very grateful for that.
Well, happy to hold up a spotlight and recognize the wonderful work that you're doing. Randall, as we do every Tuesday, we do some prize drawings for some of our state employees. I'd love to have you sit on the line with us as we bring up our prize wheel. We can award some fun gifts to 2 winners this week. I see the wheel is spinning. Let's see who our first recipient this week will be. And it looks like Michael Clutter from the Employment Development Department. Michael has suggested that Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation will receive some of our monies. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Michael. And let's see who our second winner is. Always so exciting. Ooh, a close one. Look at that. Nadine Ureta, also from the Employment Development Department, EDD. Strong recognition here today. Congratulations, Michael and Nadine. Be sure to check the comment section on this here video post to find out the details about your prize drawings. And folks, I want to remind everyone that tomorrow is your last chance to enter for next week's drawing. Next week is our final live session, and we'll be joined with the 2022 Leaders United Executive, the Our Promise campaign. It's truly going to be exciting to hear their thoughts around the campaign. But as we wrap up today, I just wanted to again thank you and your father for your service. Randall Britt, you're truly an inspiration, as is the work of America's homeless veterans. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys.
Again, we will post the code for this wonderful organization in the Facebook post, but another reminder that it is 988080 if you would like to give back. I will see you on Monday to help celebrate Veterans Day in person, sir.
Thursday.
Thursday. We'll see you Thursday. And again, thank you so much for participating today and for all of the great work that you do.
Please invite everyone to join us. We're going to have a great time on Thursday.
We'll see you then.
Okay,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Have a wonderful day.
Signing off.
All right. Thank you.